Since this month is Pride Month, I'm gonna review Legacy Knockout. Legacy Knockout. Now, this to many was a disappointing figure. Reason being, because it wasn't really Prime Knockout. Hasbro say it is, but it didn't really feel like him. It was essentially reskinned SS86 Jazz. And this figure's alright, but it didn't feel Knockout, which is what him and the other two Prime figures suffered. Not living up to expectations. But there's always something good about these figures, no matter how terrible they are, and this is no exception because I think this vehicle mode is really good. Personally speaking, I think if Prime Knockout were to see this figure, he'll complain that he doesn't look stunning in robot mode, but he will say that the silver lining is a good vehicle because it sort of looked like the car he was in Prime TV show. It's Aston Martin-ish, the body styling, the side, the front, which could be like an Aston Martin, but also feels very Nissan GTR. Comparing Knockout to other figures I have, Dead End and Wild Rider, first edition VCon, which doesn't look that bad next to Knockoff, but you will see a major difference in robot mode. Mold Made Jazz, 2 Prime Cyberverse toys, and RID Ratchet. And here is Knockout in robot mode, and immediately you can see why so many people are disappointed in this figure. It's just not Knockout, because Knockout has a very distinct looking design. The car's front turns into this very intricate looking chest, whereas this is just a G1 generic car body with a Knockout-esque head. And even that has been G1ified, and it doesn't flow well with this body. Even though they made it G1, it still feels like it's too round and angular for this very blocky body. And there's a good reason why it's very blocky. Jazz, SS86 Jazz. Knockout is simply a retool of this guy. So Knockout suffers for it. Although he doesn't have to suffer the same problems as this guy. Due to transformation, the knees are being held by these tabs for both figures, and on Jazz it's extremely easy to pop out, but on Knockout very easy. There's also this waist bit. If you somehow manage to saw it, yet I turned this around while keeping this and this section in the same position as vehicle mode. This guy was different because it was harder to turn this guy due to the fact that they are the exact same shapes. So this guy is harder, most likely because of the chest designs. And then it's tight. I don't like that. Smooth. And also, I think his use of clear plastic is better because it feels like it's thicker compared to this guy, which feels fragile. And my specific figure of Jazz could easily remove the head because it was incredibly loose when I tried and transform it due to the fact that these pegs are different length. Why? For Knockout's articulation, arms go out, can turn all the way around, elbows at a 90-degree, hand can do this, do the transformation, head is on a ball joint, 360 degrees, bit of up and down and a side to side. Waist gives you 360, knee gives you almost 90, but if you try and force it, it pops. Thigh swivel, foot can bend sideways until this point and can fold down due to transformation. So that is Knockout's articulation. This accessory is also not good and not worth my time reviewing because it sucks. Can't even use it as a good gun. And now for a comparison. 86 Jazz, Dead and Wild Rider, first edition Vehicon, and you can really see the art difference. Prime Cyberverse class toys, and a suspicious guest. Overall, while this figure is an improvement over its previous mold, it's not exactly what people wanted. They wanted something that looks more like Prime Knockout and not G1 Knockout. And I am part of that consensus. It's a decent toy if you don't think about that though. So there is that. Thanks for watching.